Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Talk back in the video day, and the Houston Astros have completed Game 3 of spring training and take the loss 4-3 against the Miami Marlins. Nothing. This was a well played game by the Astros. I enjoyed watching this one for many reasons. There was multiple things. For one, I'm going to start with on the Miami Marlins side. Love seeing some of these you got three former Houston Astro minor league players that played today for the Miami Marlins that were starting, and it was great to see those guys play, and all of them actually did really well. No, besides one of them did really well. So it was fun to see former even one of them even made it to the major leagues for a couple games. And then you get to see those former minor league players against the Astros. Then you get to see Altuve, Pena, and Maldonado make their spring debuts tonight and then today. And then also got to see Forrest Whitley get the start. We've been talking about him for how long? It feels like forever. We've been waiting for him to come up. And I don't think he's obviously not going to make the roster right away, but I think if he has a good spring, does well in the minors for a couple months, I think he could make his debut around June or July. I really do think so. Liked what I saw from him today. A couple other things. Justin Dirden hitting his second home run of spring. And yeah, so let's get into it. Astros do lose this game 4-3. The loss goes to Sean Dubin. I actually liked what I saw from him. He just gave up a couple. He gave up a couple hits. The second run he even gave up was only a sacrifice fly. He went almost 2 innings, 1.2. Only gave up 2 earned runs, 1 strikeout, 1 walk. Didn't look that great, but I like what he could bring. He's not going to make the roster, of course, but I think he's a solid pitcher. But loss goes to him. Let's go with the scoring summary. The win goes to some pitcher named Smeltzer for the Marlins. But the Marlins get started early with scoring. A home run for Burdick goes to right field, and they're up 2-0. So take the 2-0 lead, but they would not have that lead for long because Maldonado in the second grounds out to shortstop. Corey Julks, who hit a triple before that, on his birthday as well, to add to that note. On his birthday, Corey Julks, he hits a triple, and then Maldonado hits a ground out. Runner scores 2-1. Now, that's not, taking that lead away, but in the third, J.J. Matijevic, with a homer to center, ties the game up at 2. And you keep that ball game tied at 2 all the way to the 6th inning, and Jesus Sanchez grounds out to second. Former Astro Brian De La Cruz with he ends up scoring 3-2. And the Marlins retake the lead. Then Burdick, who got the Marlins started in the second with the homer, he hits a sacrifice to center. Mesa Jr. scores 4-2. Marlins take the 2-run lead. Then in the 8th, the guy who was absolutely amazing on Saturday with a home run to center and a RBI double, Justin Dirden with a home run to right field, this time on the opposite side, and the Astros lose this ball game 4-3. But, it's spring training. It doesn't matter if we win or lose, but we saw great things today. Personally, I did. I saw some former Houston Astros minor leaguers play for the Marlins. We got to see arguably 2 of our best players play today. I think Jordan and Pena and Altuve are probably our 3 best hitters. And those 2 guys made their debuts. Also, Maldonado. It was great to see Maldonado with his new hair look as well, with the dreads. And it was weird. He looked really different running up the base than usual. But like the new look from Maldi. And then I also got to learn some new stuff about some of these new minor leaguers. Like, I'm gonna give out for instance. Who was it? It was Bly Madras, who started today at DH. here's a fun fact that his birthday is February 29th, so he's a leap baby, and his birthday's in a couple days, but he doesn't celebrate it because apparently to reported by Julia Morales on AT&T Sportsnet that he actually celebrates it on March 1st. But that's something cool to find out about some of our new players. Also, I also found out, I found this out yesterday, but Luke Berryhill, who had one at bat today and fortunately didn't do anything, did he have two? Oh, he had two. He walked in the sixth, but then he grounded out to third in the eighth. But fun to find out that he's an artist. He's singing. He's a country artist. He's working his way up in the country music business. But so you get to learn some stuff about some of these new Astros that are debuting themselves in the spring. But yeah, so all that stuff is great. And let's go over some of these individual batters. Let's start with Mr. Altuve himself. I think this had to be a hard day for Altuve. I mean, to adjust to the the new batting where you only have 8 seconds to get in the batter's box. Altuve's a guy on the Astros that, out of everybody you can probably pick on this major league roster, that he takes the most time, or he did take the most time to get ready for a bat. I mean, you got him digging in the dirt. You got him putting his bat out and leaving it there for a couple seconds. Sometimes he would walk off and then come back. So it had to be a little bit of adjustment. He struck out 3 times, 2 swinging, 1 looking. Altuve did make some really nice defensive plays today in the diamond, but besides that, not much from him, but some really great defensive plays by Altuve today. His replacement was Molina, who only had 1 at bat and grounded out in the 8th. Jeremy Pena, who had 3 at bats today, and he would not do as good as just like Altuve, but he made some contact on all of his at bats: a fly out, a line out, and a fly out. His two flyouts are right were 2 really nice two nice hits that just couldn't fall down or even hit the wall. One was so deep, I think, in the first that it could have hit the wall if it had a little bit more power. But yeah. So his replacement was Dixon Machado, who played yesterday, and he reached on an infield single to shortstop in the 8th, and then so that was it for him. And then Matijevic started at the 3 spot and at first base, and he had 2 at bats, grounded out to first, grounded out to shortstop in the first, and in the third he hit his home run to center, and that was it for him. And then the country artist Luke Berryhill replaces him. He has a walk in the 6th, and he has a ground out to third in the 8th. And then at right field, who started today, was Corey Julks, and he was batting 5th today for the Astros. He had a triple in the 2nd on his birthday and a lineup to center. His replacement was Ralph Aldoff, who struck out swinging twice, 1 in the 6th, 1 in the 8th. So that was a little bit of a struggle, but that's okay. And then Martin Maldonado, who made his spring debut. Pretty decent day for Maldi today. A RBI ground out in the 2nd that scores Jokes, and in the 4th he walked. So pretty productive day for Maldonado. And then his replacement was Yainer Diaz, who grounded out 2 times, 1 to third, 1 to second. Excited to see some more of this competition between Yainer Diaz and Corey Lee for that backup catcher role. Marty Costas, who started at left field and at the 6th spot for the Astros today. He did okay. In the 2nd, he had an infield single to shortstop and then grounded into double play in the 4th. His replacement was Quincy Hamilton, who was 0 for 2 with a line out to first and a strikeout, and then he struck out looking in the 9th. So that's it for him. Dubon started at the 7 spot today, and he had a single to left that got Costas to second. This was like a pop-up. It should have been a pop-up, but the left fielder kind of shifted a little bit to the right, and the ball was able to drop. If he was a little bit more over to the left, it would have been a regular routine out, but dropped down for a single for Dubon. I was surprised it didn't get called for an error, but well, no, because it's just a shift. It's not an error. But Dubon gets a single to left in the second and then pops out to third in the fourth. His replacement was Melton, who struck out swinging twice in the seventh and ninth. Melton was the last batter of the game. And, yeah, so that's not so good. And then who started at 8 was Greg Kistner at third base, who had 2 at-bats in the second and fifth, fouled out to third, and flied out to right in the second. His replacement was Whitaker, who had only 1 at-bat in the seventh, and was a ground out to shortstop. Bly Madras, the leap year baby, he batted at 9 for the Astros today at DH, and he had 2 at-bats in the second and fifth, a ground out to shortstop, and struck out swinging in the fifth. His replacement was the guy that it looks like he's always either hitting homers or knocking in runs, Justin Dirden, with a homer to right in his only at-bat. So another homer goes through for Justin Dirden. And let's go over some of these pitchers today. I want to go over some of these pitchers for the Astros. You got Forrest Whitley, who got the start, 2 innings pitched, 4 hits, 2 earned runs, 2 strikeouts. I liked what I saw. Gave up a couple hits, but besides that, I liked what I saw from him. And then you got Seth Martinez, who pitched in the 4th inning, a guy who was up in the majors a lot last year, couldn't really stay in. That's what they were kind of talking about in the broadcast. I mean, I think he could be a guy who could stay in the majors for a long time. He was doing really good in the majors last year. The problem was that the Astros had a full bullpen and everybody was healthy. He would come up if someone got hurt, then someone would be healthy again. He'd go back down. So it's going to be interesting to see if Seth Martinez can stay with the Astros major system this year. But yeah, so. And then in the 5th, and then half of the 6th, Sean Dubin comes in. He was the guy that got the loss. And then a new pitcher, Garcia. I don't know his first name, but he's coming from the Tigers. He's played there. He played 2 seasons in and out of the major and minor, the majors and minors. And he looked okay. He actually looked really good. He was throwing some nice pitches. Went 1.1. Finished Dubin's 6th inning that Dubin couldn't finish. Then went ahead and pitched in the 7th. Looked really good. Only gave it 1 hit. Got through his 4 outs he needed to get through. Liked what I saw from him as well. Don't really, go over some of the other hitters for the other team, but we're going to go over the hitters the former Astros. You got Brian DeLay Cruz, who spent a lot of time with the Astros in the minors and was traded, I think, last year in 2021. He was a part of the trade. We got some bullpen pitcher from them. I can't remember what his name was, but we got him. We shipped him out, and some other bullpen pitcher that we had at the time for some bullpen pitcher, which this was obviously a dumb trade because look how he's doing now. He had a single in the 1st and a triple to center in the 6th. Another former Astro who did really good was CJ Hinojosa. He never made up to the majors. Would play actually a lot in spring for us. And he was 3 for 3 today with a double to center, reached on an infield single to second in the 5th, and then the 7th a single to center. And then the final Astro who went 0 for 3 today, former Astro, Alex Degote. Out of these 3 guys, he's the only one that ever played with the Astros in the major system. Funny thing is that he got called up when the Astros had 5 or 6, maybe 4 players test positive in the 2021 season. And that list was like Altuve, Correa, Maldonado, I think a couple pitchers, and maybe someone else. Maybe it was a Diaz, if I'm wrong. I might be wrong on that. But there was like 5 players that tested positive, a lot of offensive players. And we needed some help, and we called up some guys like Ronnie Dawson and Alex DeGote, and he started one game. I think he might have been a pitch hitter for another game, so I think he might have played 2 games for the Astros. But today he didn't do so good. He popped out to second in the second, and then in the 5th he grounded out to shortstop, and in the 6th he flat out to center. So wish all those former Houston Astros minor league players good luck. DeGote even played with the Astros in the major system. But yeah, that was kind of cool to see so many former Astros in the Marlins starting lineup today. Maybe they did that on purpose. Who knows? But yeah, that's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoy them, your thoughts, and peace out. Go Astros.